All right, everyone, this is Tim of the Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. Oh, it's Monday. We're getting closer. September 6th. We got a game on Thursday. We got a game on Sunday. We got a lot going on. The Giants, are they ready for the 2021 season? Ready or not, here I come. You want to know why? Because I'm going to find you. Because it's the start of the season. And we're ready. The roster's set. Well, not set, but it's set to the point that it's going to be set for right now because, and I said before, and I put the disclaimer in, all rosters and changes are made at any point in time, so please be verification that these roster changes may not be fluid at any point in time in the blah, 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 blah. I wanted to talk about something, though, and we're going to talk about a topic each wonderful day, and on Friday, probably we'll do our season prediction in reference to the schedule, but I want to talk about 5 players on the New York Giants current roster who need to play major roles in this season for this season to even be any type of success. Now, some people you're going to be looking at going to go, ooh, okay, we knew that. And they're going to be, and I'm going to try to avoid the obvious, like Saquon Barkley. We're going to try to pass on things, on players such as that, because they're obvious players. Daniel Jones would be an obvious player. Daniel Jones may have made the list. But these are just 5 guys I was thinking off the top of my head that need to perform well in 2021 for the Giants to really have any success. And we need to take a close look at some of these players. And we're not going to do a complete breakdown, but we're going to give an idea of who these players are. And we're going to start at number 5 on the list. And of course, I'll probably forget the numbers. But we're going to go with number 5 on the list. And number 5 on the list is going to be Andrew Thomas, the big left tackle out of Georgia. If you can't protect Daniel Jones' blind side, I mean, you had to be on this list. He had to be on this list. If you can't protect Daniel Jones, it's going to be a quick, short season. Well, it's not going to be a short season. It'll be a long season. And we just did a video on Andrew Thomas yesterday, and we mentioned a little bit of the stutter step that he has seemed to have developed. I loved it because there was a subscriber so succinctly put it that a stutter step is kind of like a hitch and a swing in baseball. I kind of think of him, if anyone remembers the old Mets catcher, Mackie Sasser, who had that triple, quadruple pump before he threw the ball back. That's what it kind of reminds me of, but not so pronounced, but there's just a little stutter in his step, and he's got to get that corrected. It wasn't at Georgia. I think it's fallen into a technique issue. But if he can't turn it around and protect our quarterback, it's going to be a really quick season. Can he do it? I mean, he's young enough. I still think that Will Hernandez is causing some of these issues because I don't find it a coincidence that Hernandez went out and then all of a sudden Shane Lemieux came in and Andrew Thomas was a better player. Just throwing that out there. Number 4 on the list is going to be a tandem. It's going to be Austin Johnson and Danny Shelton. You let Dexter Lawrence. Dexter Lawrence is still on the team. You let Dalvin Tomlinson go over to the Vikings. Basically for nothing, $10 million a year. These 2 guys are going to have to fill in the load for Dalvin Tomlinson. They're going to have to. Dalvin took up a lot of double teams in the center of that field, in the middle of that line, which allowed players like Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams to have the ability to rush and to make the plays. He was a guy that really just filled the gaps. And sometimes took two of the offensive personnel out of the picture so other players can make plays. Austin Johnson has never really had a starting role. He's been a filler. Danny Shelton's been in the league for a while now, but if you look at him statistically, he's rushed the passer better over the last 2 seasons than he has stopped the run. And these 2 guys are going to have to kind of morph and combined into one. Because if they can't clog the middle of the field and they can't slow guys going into the second level, you're going to hurt your linebackers. And then you're going to hurt the ability of people like Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams to rush the passer. Plain and simple. And we don't have any true defensive ends on this team. So you're going to be relying on people like Cam Brown, Lorenzo Carter, Trent Harris, Ojulari, and Oshane Ximines to rush the passer. And that's not a good combination. And the other thing is, if you are going to be pushing, hopefully you're pushing people from the outside, from the inside to the outside. And I worry about that because I still don't know if we can even set the edge. I think we showed that in the last 2 preseason games. Number 3 on the list is going to be Adoree Jackson. Can Adoree be the Robin to James Bradbury's Batman? And James Bradbury, of course, I've told the story why he's now one of my favorite players. Can he be that guy? Can he be the guy he was 2-3 years ago? Not the guy he's been over the last season where he missed everything but 3 games coming off the knee injury. Can he be consistent? Can he stay consistently on the field? He needs to be a calming presence, because outside of him, what are you going to get? Josh Jackson, Sam Beal, Darnay Holmes, Julian Love, Rodarius Williams. Was it Keenan Crossan? None of those guys fill my heart with joy if you're going to put them on the outside. I don't want them on an island with the number 2 wide receiver. Hell no. So he's got to come through in the clutch. He's got to be the guy that we hoped that he was going to be when we signed him to that big contract. Because if you look at, and I've said this before, if we look outside of New York, everyone thought we were crazy for giving a guy a raise who's coming off an offseason, being injured, that no one else in the league was going to give him that money that we gave him. And that's plain. That's plain and simple. So he needs to fill in and be that second. He needs to be that second banana on the roster to our old buddy James Bradbury. Number 2 on the list, I am actually going to go with Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones, if he does not run the offense well, if he does not do what he needs to do, if he does not show he has gotten better and has progressed and knows where to stand in the pocket, knows where to slide in the pocket, has the ability to read defenses, has the ability to make a faster decision. I don't think Daniel Jones is not a smart guy. I think the problem is, I've said this a million times, I think his ability to process the play on the field from his brain to his arm is a couple seconds slow. And he needs to pick up the pace in that. He needs to see his reads and make them quicker and then go to the open man. And I've said this a million times. You can call me a Daniel Jones hater for picking out the fact that he has flaws. But I'm going to tell you this right now. If Daniel Jones doesn't play well, we don't win. 100%, plain and simple. We don't win at all. And so everyone better love Daniel Jones, because like I said, if he sucks, it's going to be a long year. Number 1 on my list of the most important players that must come through with the Giants is going to be Leonard Williams. We gave Leonard Williams the big contract of $947 billion over 3 years, or whatever it was. I know what it was. I'm just joking. To be the defensive stalwart. Now, the problem is he going to be the Leonard Williams from 2020, or is he going to be the Leonard Williams from 2018 or 2017? Is he going to be the good Leonard Williams, or is he going to be the great Leonard Williams? Because we need him to be the great Leonard Williams. We need him to be the guy that gets the 10.5 sacks, because we don't have an outside rush. So we're going to have to need a consistent rush from the inside. We need him to get his pressures. We need him to be able to manhandle some guys on the run. Because if our defensive line starts sucking wind, it's going to be very scary for the likes of Blake Martinez and Reggie Ragland, whoever else is in the middle of the field, because you're going to have guys popping into the second level. So Leonard Williams, to me, is the cog to this season, along with Daniel Jones. It could be 1A, 1B, because if he does not put it together and make the strides to continue to be the player he was last year, we got an anchor of a contract in 2022, and we'll have a guy with 5.5 sacks making $20+ million. You can't have that. So you have to hope that Leonard is going to be the guy. We're going to have a lot of great videos coming up over the next week. We're going to do our kickoff show. We did our kickoff show the other day. We're going to do our show where we'll go through the schedule. We'll probably do that on Friday. We're not going to do it live. We're just going to do the video of it. We're going to do a lot of player profiles and a lot of, we're going to do a lot of talk coming up to that Denver game, because you know what? The season is finally here. So again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you could like, maybe subscribe, ring that bell thing on the videos.